You know, sometimes there are some journals like Polygon, for example, which we're using today, that I just really don't like their site that much. But once in a blue, they bring up something, and I thought in another video that this may occur, and I figured that this was happening. Hi, Zane. Welcome to another edition of Madman with the Show. We've talked about the Expanse. By the time you see this video, the first 3 episodes will probably have dropped on Amazon Prime. So far, the early reviews saying that this may be one of the most brilliant seasons to date for this show, that it's well done. Even though there may be some issues going into season 6 as far as change of actors or basically killing off an actor which doesn't deserve to die as of yet because of issues separately from this. And we talked about this on another edition on the Kaz-Ander. But basically, we've heard that Amazon has canceled it at season 6, which isn't a bad thing for this series because technically books 7, 8, and 9 take place 30 years later. There's a time jump between book 6 to book 7, even though most of the characters are in book 7, but it is a 30-year jump. Book 9, I don't think they have released book 9 as of yet. I mean, we're expecting what it's called Leviathan Falls, which will be supposedly the last. Some people are touting that there might be a 10th. It'll be released sometime in 2021. But according to this Polygon article, the Expanse author said that the show is on pause, not canceled. Okay. Canceled that on Amazon. I don't know if they'll decide to bring it back on there as under another touting name, possibly the Expanse, whatever, you know, they might add a name to it. But let's read a little bit into this. Fans of The Expanse got some mixed messages last month before Thanksgiving. That's when Amazon announced that it had ordered a 6th season of the popular science fiction show. Unfortunately, that the 6th season would be its last. The move meant that the content from several of the novels that the show is based were basically guaranteed to be left out entirely. Like I said, 7, 8, and 9 that would end at 6. Speaking with Polygon on Tuesday, writer Daniel Abram and Ty Frankel declined to call it a cancellation. Instead, they preferred to think of it as a pause. They have something in mind, probably. Then probably the production house does too. We have what we think is an unnatural pause point for the story after season 6, Frank told Polygon during a press event for the new season. It felt like satisfying end of the story, what we've been building for the first 5 seasons. I think one of the things, it's sort of an outmoded idea, is the idea of being canceled. When you cancel a show, or you say, well, I've gotten to the end. Depends on how you end. Well, for most fans, I was unsatisfied. Supernatural, 15 seasons, satisfactory ending for most people. I was semi-disappointed on how it ended. For those of you who haven't seen it, I'm sorry, here's spoilers. Sam and Dean do die eventually. Dean first. Sam dies as an old man years later. It may end up to be his son taking over. Who knows? And, we're not going to see any spin-off or anything of that nature. They've tried and failed on there. But then again, you never know with the CW as far as that. But like I said, a lot of people financially not doing too well over at the CW as well, because you've seen cancellations over there as well on other shows. More importantly, the entire production, including the sets, all the actors, remain intact, except one actor, allowing them to make seamless transition from linear cable to streaming. Alcon, that's the main company that's handling this. Our studio is very committed to the IP. Frank continued. They have lots of plans. We'll see what happens after that, but we have a satisfying story to the TV arc in the 6th season. The book 6 is supposed to be the best book, even though we've heard that book 5 itself is done very well as far as the production from the pre-reviews, that they've done a good job of season 5. Season 4, which is not the greatest book, they did a good job with book 4 as well. So, one thing is when you're able to translate a story from book novel to television or film, sometimes you lose translation in that. And one thing about this group, they haven't lost too much translation on there, and they've done a very good job. And this is why a story of this nature has done very well. And this is why was Sci-Fi's mistake that they canceled it. This could have been very good for them, but they decided to drop it because it cost a lot. Obviously, there are companies that they don't want to spend in this nature. This is a high-end show. This does they do spend a lot of money on it, but Alcon is willing to go further with this. In fact, it's an arc that pairs itself, that's already plotted out. The absence of season 7 and the content from the final 3 books in the series, including yet the unpublished Leviathan Falls, doesn't really seem to faze them in the least. You're correct on that. 7, 8 are supposed, like I said, it's supposed to be fantastic books. That's supposed to be the story itself is trailing into another direction. Part of the story itself, supposedly, like I said, 30-year jump, and supposedly it holds very well. This is a conversation we've been having since we've canceled for the first time, said Abraham. We've been talking about the shape of the show, what the shape of the show could be, and this 6-season arc was always one of the opinions that was on the table. This is something that we're having to scramble for. Sorry for the disruption on there. Somebody just distracted me, and I do sorry for that. We built something this shape, and it's kind of awesome that we get to do something that this shape, Abraham said with a laugh, but we didn't have one of those that was only five seasons long. When you look to the perspective, how good of a show this is. And when you have a company like Amazon that says, oh, okay, we'll fund a couple more seasons and then we'll jump out, you wonder why, and you got to ask Amazon why, and it's probably financially, but there's still enough good story to carry this show. Now, it could be a possibility that what is going to happen, and a couple people have speculated on this. Book 7, Book 8, Book 9 might turn into a trilogy of films. Now, is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Could be a good thing. It might be a better way of telling the story. But I've liked the story episode to episode the way it's been. I've enjoyed the characters. You can tout that this is a diverse cast without saying it's a diverse cast. It is a great story. The physics itself is phenomenal. If you haven't seen this show, if you happen to be one of my subscribers or viewers that haven't said, well, I'm not going to get into a new sci-fi series, I've been burnt too much of the... No, grab this. If not, grab the books. When you look at the physics, the science of it, match it up to Star Wars, Star Trek, any of the other series on there, here's the major difference. The physics of the show is real, true physics. The gravity, the weapons array. When you're shooting weapons into one ship to another ship, there's no such thing as shields in this universe. It is the hull plate of the ship. So guess what happens? Bullets go through hulls. And that's what you see in this. You see, there's one, I forgot what season it is. I think it was the season 3, season 2 or season 3, where it's just like they're in the ship, and basically you see the bullets just flying in and out. And it's well done. And then of course you see the scenes where the ship changes course, where basically you're dealing with G-forces that are just unheard of, that you just get thrown. And it's not like Star Trek where they're like, twisting left, twisting right, and stuff like that. This is where you basically, if you're not seated, you're thrown. And to handle the G-forces, they inject that liquid that goes into your bloodstream, just to handle the G-forces, that's something that's well thought out to the physics of the nature. Because, you know, I would love for them to eventually put out, you know, like you have Star Trek manuals, science manuals and stuff like that, manuals of the ships and stuff like that. I would love to see one for the Expanse. Like an omnibus of everything, all the science of the Expanse. I would love them to do that if they haven't done it yet. Because this series is very interesting when it comes to that nature. Whether it's the Earth, Mars, or the Belt. And also the proto-molecule. I would like to know more of the proto-molecule, which is probably Leviathan Falls will probably completely go into the explanation, or books 7, 8, 9. We'll learn more into that, because that is the plot line of that is very interesting. It's very interesting is where did this come from? Who were the people that created it? And why aren't they still alive? That's going to be interesting, and that's probably what will end up to be in the last book novels, that 30-year jump. So, you tell me in the comments below, how do you feel about this? That this is just a pause, not a cancellation. And I said it before. I said, somehow, some way, they got to bring the last 3 books, and it's probably somebody else will grab it. Maybe Netflix, or they'll do it as a film and it'll be picked up by somebody. Or even Amazon might pick it up as the film. They canceled it as a show. Maybe they'll bring it back as a film trilogy. And maybe that's to the nature, and that's probably why these guys are saying, and Alcon is saying, that basically we're not done with this show series. We're not, you know, Alcon is striving to continue this series. So let me know in the comments below. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being there. I'm telling you, you new subscribers, you are fantastic. And my veteran subscribers, thank you also for sticking with me. Don't forget to hit that notification, hit that like, and share this video. It's very important that you share that, so a lot of people will get to see this and come aboard. We're trying to push for 300 subscribers by the end of the year. We're almost there. We're about 50 subscribers out. Let's see if we can get there. Thank you again. Thank you very much. Don't forget for the video at the end of this, we have a little bit of a message afterwards. Thank you very much. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye now. With the holidays well underway, you might be looking for that special gift. Check out our merch store at teespring.com, where we have the new winter gear out. From the Madman Cafe to Madman with the Show. Shirts, hoodies, mugs, and even pillows. Starting on December 2nd, use the promo code XMASCafe to get an additional 15% off till December 24th. All proceeds go to help this channel. That's teespring.com/shopQ2cast.